Hey everybody, it's Mon Bean coming into you with my week 3 update that is now 4 days late. Sorry about that, I've been very busy, had people coming to visit and sort of getting ready to go back to work, which I'll talk about a bit in a minute. Sorry if you can hear a noise in the background, it is my washing machine and it is so loud. I had my surgery on the 18th of March at Knox Private Hospital in Melbourne, Victoria, with Dr. Ray McHenry, and Dr. Gilholm was my assistant. I'll put all of my details down below, but my week 3 loss was a super grand total of 200 grams, which I'm not that worried about because I know that about week 3 a lot of people sort of start to stall a little bit and maybe don't have as much of a loss as other weeks. So I'm not too worried about it. A loss is a loss, I suppose, in the grand scheme of things. Week 3 meant that I was also sort of going on to soft food / puree. I was still doing a lot of purees, but sort of starting to bring in like some soft sort of cooked chicken and cooked lamb and some more hearty meals, I suppose. Had pasta for the first time, which was interesting in the fact that I had about maybe 4 small forkfuls, I suppose, 4 or 5, and I was done. It was really strange. Also in this sort of time, including my late days, I've also been out to eat twice, which has also been very interesting. The first time I ended up just ordering off the entree menu and getting some garlic prawns and rice and the salad, and even the entree was huge, and I only ate the prawns, and that was, I think I had like 2 pieces of lettuce, and there were about 5 or 6 prawns, and they were only like, you know, like small prawns, and that was enough. That was nearly too much, but I didn't want to leave any prawns on the plate because that would have just been ridiculous. And then, not last night, but the night before, I went out with my friend who has come down to visit or for a wedding, and so she's flown in from WA, and we went out for Indian, which is as I've spoke about in my last video, is my favourite. So we went out for Indian, and I ordered so much less than I normally would, but still probably too much. I had 1 piece of chicken tikka, which is like half a chicken thigh fillet, I would say. And then I ordered lamb korma for my main, knowing full well I would have to take it home anyway. But I ordered that as well, and I had 1 piece of lamb, which like was, I don't know, not even anything, I suppose, 1 centimetre by 2 centimetres, I don't know. It was like small, and I had 1 piece and I was done. And it's such a strange feeling. It's so weird. It's really hard to reconcile in my head at the moment. So I think eating out will be, a lot of people have been talking about this on the forums lately. I think eating out will be a bit of a learning curve, and it will take a little while to get used to. I know some people talk about eating off their partner's plates or eating off their kids' plates, but I don't have that luxury. I don't have a partner. I don't have kids. And sometimes when you're just going out with somebody else, it's just a bit strange just eating off their plate. So you have to order sometimes. So that will be a work in progress, I suppose. But it was still delicious. I just had lots of leftovers. I was sort of on the forums a little bit talking about how I've been having a lot of trouble, and I mentioned it in my last video, a lot of trouble with my vitamins in the morning. Like all of my other tablets are fine except for the Elevate multivitamin that I was taking. So I have switched to Nature's Way Vitagummies, the women's multivitamin Vitagummy thingies. And the reason I picked those ones specifically was because it did have iron in it, which was the reason that my dietitian told me to get the Elevate. So I didn't want to sort of deviate away from that. Oh, I still haven't got my B12 supplements. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So I got those ones, and they 2 days now. It's been fine so far, but they've got this really like yuck aftertaste. I don't know what it is. I'm assuming it's the iron in it. But yeah, it's a bit bleh. But I haven't thrown up yet. Touch wood. Touch wood. Yeah, so a lot of people on the forums have also posted like other vitamins. There's like some liquid ones and some other ones as well. So there's lots out there to try if these don't work, but I'm hoping that, that these work. Sorry about the glare on my lenses. I can't really, because my window's just there. Today is obviously Sunday, which means I go back to work tomorrow, which is causing me a lot of anxiety. I mentioned in my last video that I'm really, really anxious person anyway. But going back to work is causing me a lot of anxiety because I've been off for 4 weeks, and I don't want to, I don't want to deal with people. Like, I suppose that it's coming from a good place, a caring place, but I just don't want to deal with, oh, excuse me, oh God, I get the hiccups so randomly. Does that happen to anybody else? So randomly. I can just be not even eating anything or not drinking anything, and then I'll just get the hiccups. It's so strange. It used to happen before I had surgery. It happens so much now. So excuse me, sorry for that. Yeah, I just don't want to deal with people asking me. Like, I didn't tell any, I told 2 of my close friends at work, and I also told my principal and assistant principal. But, like, you know how word gets around, like, especially at a small school, like, things don't stay quiet for too long. And so when I go back, I'm assuming that most people will know that I've had this surgery without me telling them. But I don't want to deal with people asking me about it, or asking me how much weight I've lost, or commenting on my appearance, or, I mean, like, I can't tell if I've lost any. I think that's a whole other situation. But I was saying to my friend today, like, I just wish I was invisible. I just wish that I could do this and do this for me and be healthy and happy and you know, live a more fulfilling life, I suppose, but not have any other person comment on it ever, which is super unrealistic, but that's what I wish. So I don't know if anybody else has felt like that, but that's how I feel at the moment. Yeah, so going back tomorrow is causing me a lot of anxiety, and I was saying to Tina today that maybe I could just call my surgeon and ask for another week off, but she just said that would be prolonging the inevitable. I said I'll just keep asking for a week off and see how long I can get around it. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it will be fine and people will just mind their own business, I suppose. This week I am going to very excitingly tick another thing off my bucket list. I don't know if anybody, or I'm sure somebody has, but the comedian Noel Fielding, he's from the Mighty Boosh, for those of you who know of the Mighty Boosh. I love the Mighty Boosh. And I love Noel Fielding, and I have for a very long time. And he's coming to Australia to do a show, an evening with Noel Fielding. And I'm so, so excited to be going to that. So that's happening on Wednesday night. So I think that that's going to be amazing. So I can tick that off my bucket list, seeing him. That was one of the things on there. Other than that, this week's been going pretty well. Like I said, I've had some visitors come and stay, and I've caught up with a couple of other friends during the holidays. It's it's just been a lot of relaxing and a lot of trying to keep my anxiety at bay about going back to work, but that's sort of hit home a bit today. I have made contact. This is a big thing too, actually. I should have probably talked about this like way earlier in the video because it's already at 10 minutes. I made contact with a personal trainer this week and explained the situation and explained what was going on and everything. And so I'm just waiting to hear back from her, and hopefully at the 6-week mark when I've got the all clear to start, you know, exercise and all of that sort of stuff, that she will be able to tailor a program for me. But if not, I'll keep looking. So many personal trainers are so, I mean, I know obviously we want to do it to get results, but they're so just like results. If you don't lose X amount of weight in 6 weeks, full refund, and like I just feel so much pressure already. Like I haven't even signed up, but I'm just like, I must get results. And like that's not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody who sort of cares about you as a whole person and your emotional side as well as your physical side and the nutrition side. So this lady, in her blurb and on her website, sort of was the first one that I found that I really thought, yeah, I'll be able to. She sounds like she is what I'm looking for. So fingers crossed that that happens. But that's a big step for me out of my comfort zone. Like the thought of going to a gym just makes me want to vomit. Not the exercise side of it, just all of the people and everyone like looking at you and all the horror stories you hear about people going to the gym and just copying a whole heap of shit about being fat and getting laughed at. And I'm not saying that that's going to happen at every gym, and I'm sure it doesn't, but you already build it up inside yourself. Oh, that washing machine's so loud. Yeah, so I already have a massive amount of anxiety about that. So fingers crossed that this goes well. And I think that is about it. Hopefully I will come to you a bit more on time next week. Like the routine will be back and, you know, back to work and whatnot. So, and that will be after I've seen Noel Fielding, so I can tell you all about that too, which will be exciting. Okay, so I hope everybody's well out there and on track and going well. And if you're not, just keep on trucking. You'll get there eventually. I think we all do. We all will. Okay, bye for now.